Hi, this is Paul. I'm going to give you my another football pick on my this channel. I know I think the divisional rounds, and I don't think I did a video last week for the championship round. Although I was kind of rooting for San Francisco and actually not San Francisco, Philadelphia and actually I was actually rooting for the Bengals. I thought they were going to win, so I didn't make a video about that, but I did think the Bengals was going to win, and I did think the Eagles were going to win. So I was, I guess, half right about that. um, so the Super Bowl, which is not on this week, ironically, because they get the week off between uh, the conference championships and the Super Bowl, which is next week. So again, I'm a New York Giants fan, so I have no rooting interest in in this Super Bowl. This is just my logical side saying this, and I'm going to have to say, as much as this is how it's I guess historical, because this is the first time you have two black quarterbacks facing each other. There was black coaches facing each other before, but this is the first time you have black quarterbacks facing each other in a Super Bowl, which is historic, and it shows that black quarterbacks have come a long way in this league. So I'm going to say, and I really thought the Bengals were going to beat the Chiefs, but the Chiefs, ironically, like I said, the Bengals they were talking a lot of smack, like calling Arrowhead Burrowhead and stuff, and they were talking a lot of smack. And Kansas City, they said that Chris Jones, their defensive end, he came up with a lot of big sacks in this game, in that championship game, and he played their behinds off. Okay, and then ironically, like I said, the Cincinnati player that had pushed Patrick Mahomes when he was already out of bounds, which led to a penalty that got them closer to them to kick the game-winning field goal. And that was that. And then, ironically, in the NFC championship game, San Francisco's quarterback Purdy got hurt. I think on the second play. Was it the second play or the first play? He basically got his arm hit the wrong way and he couldn't play. Then their backup quarterback even got knocked out by the Eagles. Okay, and they basically just dominate the San Francisco 49ers to get to the Super Bowl. Now, for my pick for this, for the Super Bowl, again, I'm thinking this logically, not with my head, and I don't really care. I'm not going to be betting on this Super Bowl at all. Okay, and as much as, like I said, I'm a New York Giants fan, so I don't particularly like the Eagles. I can respect their play this season, that they played great this season. I think they are the best team. I think they are the best team from top to bottom on both sides of the ball. If I'm thinking logically, the Eagles, I think, have been the best team in the NFL this season, and so I'm gonna have to. I think the Eagles will win the Super Bowl. I don't know what the score will be because again, the Eagles, they dominate the Giants. My Giants, they dominated them in that game, and then they dominate the 49ers. They physically beat them up, ironically. And the Eagles the 49ers had the top-rated defense, and I think the Eagles have basically manhandled them. And the Cincinnati and San Francisco, and the Chiefs game, that game could have been either way. That game was close, and Cincinnati, even with all their injuries and stuff, they still could have pulled it out until the very end when they made that bonehead play. That guy pushed Patrick Mahomes out of bounds and stuff, and got the kicker even closer and stuff. But Chris Jones played a great game for Kansas City. So I think the Eagles will win the Super Bowl. Do I care? Not really, because I'm not an Eagle fan. I'm a New York Giants fan. So, but I think logically, and I'm one of those people who thinks Patrick Mahomes is probably the best quarterback playing now. But I definitely think the Eagles, in terms of talent on both sides of the ball, are just a better team. And I think, especially what they did to the 49ers and what they did to the Giants, they have, I think, physically, they're a dominant team on both sides of the ball. And Patrick Mahomes, I know he had that high ankle sprain, and he moved around a little bit better, but towards the end of the game, you could see he was sort of limping. And I know this extra week off will probably, will give him, time to heal up, but he's not going to be healed up fully. And he's going to have surgery probably right after the Super Bowl to repair that. And then, he'll do this. It's probably, I think, months of rehab and stuff, and he'll be back ready for the season next year. But I think the Eagles are going to put pressure on him. I think they're going to rush him. I think they're going to bull rush him, and they're going to. And I know Patrick Mahomes is good running out of the pocket and stuff, but I think the Eagles, in terms of their linebackers and their defensive ends, their speed, they have speed and strength, and I think they're going to chase Patrick Mahomes around all throughout that game, and I think they're going to be hitting him left and right. And I know their receivers have been hurt. I think Juju Smith got hurt, and ironically, they got one of the guys off the practice squad that actually had a good game. I forgot the guy's name for the Chiefs that played. Actually, he made a bunch of good catches in the championship game. And of course, they have Travis Kelce, who's probably the best tight end that's playing right now. But I think the Eagles, on both sides of the ball, especially on defense and offense, I think they're a more complete team than because I don't trust Kansas City defense. Even though I know Chris Jones had a great game last week against the Bengals, the Eagles' offensive line is fantastic. Their defensive line is fantastic. They have speed, strength, and all of that. And I think they're going to bull rush Patrick Mahomes. They're going to be coming, and Patrick Mahomes is going to have to try to do. And to me, he can only run so much with that bum ankle because I think they're going to put the pressure on him. They're going to bum rush him, and unless the Eagles can rush, which I don't think they can. I know they had that one rookie Pacheco, I think that's his name, for them, but I think they're going to bull rush Patrick Mahomes. I think they're going to try to knock him down, even if they don't, sack him. They're going to try to be knocking him down, and they're going to have him running because they know he has that bad ankle, and they're going to get him. They're going to be chasing him out even if they go on the shotgun. I think they're going to send somebody after him just to bull rush him, and they're going to try to get him moving around so they can hit him, knock him down, harass him. I think that's what's going to happen in this game, and I think the Eagles are going to win. Now, do I think Patrick Mahomes will still get off? I think he will. Still, I think he will score. I don't think they'll shut him down like they did the 49ers and the Giants, because I think Patrick Mahomes is still kind of skilled enough. But I still think the Eagles are going to. I think they're going to bum rush Patrick Mahomes and just harass him and beat him up and everything else. I think they're going to frustrate him because I think their plan is probably to knock him down, harass him, bum rush him, and just put that much pressure on it. And they're going to test that ankle to make sure he can actually run. And I know he has another week to heal and get treatment on it, but I still don't think it's going to be right. And I think the Eagles are going to bum rush him, harass him, put that pressure on him, and see if he can do something out of it. And I don't know if he can with that bum ankle. If he was fully healthy, I would say, yeah, he has a more than even chance because he's that great a quarterback to me that he would definitely, I think, have a chance to maybe avoid that equal pass rush. But that equal pass rush led the league in sacks, and I think they're going to be putting the pressure on the Chiefs' offensive line. They're going to bull rush, I think, them and just try to harass Patrick Mahomes and knock him down and sack him and do everything they can to put pressure on Patrick Mahomes. And I don't think they have to worry about the receivers and stuff because they have good enough defensive guys, the Eagles, that I think they don't have to worry about Patrick Mahomes. The only thing person they have to worry about is Travis Kelce, and I think they can even double him to make sure he doesn't get off. But I think they're going to bum rush and harass Patrick Mahomes in that game. So I'm going to say the Eagles are going to win. I think the Eagles will win the Super Bowl. That's my pick for that. Okay? So anyway, let me know what you think. Who you think is going to win the Super Bowl, and what do you think of it? Okay? Feel free to leave comments down below. I have links to my social media in the description box, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I also have a link to my main channel, Trepacer, in the description box as well. Also have a link down below to my Patreon. I want to say a special thank you to my Patreon. Okay, my Patreon is only $5 a month. I have tons of content on there, tons of unedited content on there. I got, DC TV shows, Marvel TV shows. I have movies on there as well. I even just uploaded my Batman and Superman Battle of the Super Sons. That's my latest movie reaction. That's on my Patreon. Follow the link below to the Patreon. Check it out. It's only $5 a month. Also, give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel, and I truly appreciate it. Also, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know when I upload content to this channel. And this is Paul saying so long. Take care.